Good evening, all.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, very good evening. Okay, so shall we start? I hope the PPT is visible. Yep. Okay. Um, Let me know in case no, like you couldn't know see the PPT. I hope it's visible, right? So I'm going to start. So this session, let's discuss about little about research. Now, everyone does a research, no, for various reasons. Actually, one second. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, fine. Okay. So, usually, in our day-to-day life, whether it's ever no like for academic purpose or for what do you say now, work purpose. So we may be in a position, or we may be having a responsibility to do some research on something. So why do we carry out this research? Uh, the research can be done on some event which has already happened. An event has happened, an event has occurred. So you're going to check out the reasons. What are the the causes? Okay, so what has happened? What induced that event to happen? Okay, and so what is next? So okay, we have found out the cause. We have found out the root cause of the event. So what would be the next stage? The next stage would be identifying what were the results of that event, what were the effects of that cause. So it is a causal and effect study. So the complete research. So wherever you're doing a research, whether it's for no in your organization or for academic purpose, this is always about no studying about the cause and effect. Now this event, it could be a what do you say? It could be in a very smaller scale. It could be some minutest event, no, which has occurred, or it could be some major issue, like which has occurred. And another possibility is for few events, no, the result, the final result, it would not have been, no, what do you say? Not created any negative effects, okay? And a few events or no, like for good purposes, and in few cases few events have no like triggered out some negative outcomes, and in few cases as it was neutral in the sense neither positive nor negative. The event has occurred, just that's it. Okay, so we can't say it's no like it's positive or negative. Okay, so it's completely neutral. For example, take say big bang, no, which happened in our universe. So the scholars say, no, scientists say that only after Big Bang everything was created. So Big Bang was a starting point. So we can't predict or we can't come to a conclusion that Big Bang was either positive or Big Bang, no, like it triggered some negative effects. So yeah, so such cases also exist. Okay, since most of you are working professionals, I don't think you will be, taking research for your academic purpose, but obviously for professional purposes, and especially when you're in some specific positions in your organization, say you're in a decision-making position, or you're in a position where you have the responsibility of, finding out the root cause of a like an event which has occurred, and which has triggered some negativity, like out of that event, and you are in the urge of, you are given a responsibility of finding out a possible solution. Okay, so how to go with that research? Now, merely in
Hello,
organizations, what happens is, yes,
madam. Attendance എടുക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? ഞാൻ ഫസ്റ്റ് ടൈമാണ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്.
if you have logged in with your name, they would have noted. The coordinator would have noted your name. Okay.
Okay, okay. I'm
Yeah.
first time
Okay. Okay.
class attending.
Fine. Fine. Okay. Manslai, your name will be noted. Don't worry. They're recording. Yeah, recording the session. So you will be noted. Okay. Your attendance will be marked. Okay. Okay. Fine. So yeah, where did we? Yes. We completely lost the connection. Okay. Yes, we were no like speaking about the organizations, right? Imagine no like you're working. I mean, your top management, no, your management asks you to know like find a solution to a problem which has occurred in your organization, or some event has happened. It neither gave any positive or nor any negative effect. Okay, so just it has happened, and you just curious about no like what triggered that event, what has happened. Okay, so there are various stages in no like doing the research. You cannot blindly no like come to a conclusion without conducting a proper research. Okay, so whether it's for academic purpose or for no like professional purpose, so there are various stages. But in most cases, in no like generally in organizations, especially when it is no like some conventional traditional organizations where strict hierarchy is followed, usually the after effect of some events, no, it would be it would not be properly diagnosed. Okay, no proper diagnosis will happen. Okay, so it would be just some kind of a rumor or a gossip, and the employees, no, like they will just come to a conclusion that this may be the reason for the event, no, which has happened, or after the event has happened. So this is what is going to be the result of the event. But actually, in actual case, it may not be true. Okay. For example, let me take this. Okay. Imagine no, your branch, your office. Okay. It's getting a new manager. So the old manager, no, like who was working for a very long time, like that guy or no, the person has been, no, like transferred to another branch or has retired, okay, or just quit the job, okay. So you know that person for a very long time, say for almost 5 to 10 years, because you were working in the same organization and that same person was your boss. Okay, so now in that position, there is going to be a new manager. Okay, so hereafter, you will be reporting to that particular manager. Now, you don't know about that manager. Who is that person? Where is the person from? How that person is known by nature, and how the person's work culture is, how the person will treat his or her team members, and how much experience the person has, and what traits the person would follow. You have no idea about no the person who's going to come. Okay, all you heard about was the person is going to be a female. So you are getting a female boss. Okay, say between 25 to 30. Okay, so within that age group, between 25 to 30 years old, a female boss is going to take up your manager position. So immediately, no, like many of us, no, we will come to know jump into a conclusion, right? So some youngsters may feel, young employees, no, they may feel that okay, finally we are getting a younger boss. Okay, so the whole no work will be work environment will be very dynamic, and what do you say, very uh, focused on no like completing the task, completing the targets, and no getting a no getting a good name, no, getting into the good books of the manager. But what about the experienced employees? Few employees may be experienced. They literally don't like the concept that a younger manager, much younger than their age, maybe younger than their experience. Okay, and again, the second point is that, and that too is going to be a female. Okay, is going to take up a position. a managerial position, a leadership position where they have to report to that person. Okay, so many of the experienced no like employees may have no like developed a dislike towards that person, towards a new manager, a female manager who is yet to join the company. Clear? So this event, like this communication is an event, right? The communication has come, everyone in the organization or everyone in the team has been informed about it. So this is an event. So what happens after this event? So this has happened, this communication has come. So what has happened after this? How people behave in the organization? What happened to their commitment? And what was the no like effect, like the way they work and the way they communicate, and especially during the off hours, that is no non-working hours, what do they communicate between themselves, and how their reports will be hereafter. So all this matters. Now, this event, it may trigger some positive effects, okay, or it may trigger some negative effects as well. In case if it has no like triggered a negative effect, say the person has no taken up the position, fine, and now we have no like the elder employees, no experienced employees, no, they have started reporting to this person. Now this person who has taken up the new manager role would have been brought up, or would have no like a different experience in a different work environment. Okay, so that person, that is the female boss, the new female manager, her way of no like working out things, doing the task, um, demanding the reports, or no like inducing the team members or encouraging the team members to achieve the task. So her way of no like work, her way of completing the task, it may be different, right? And for her, that is fine, because that's what she learned. That's how she was experienced. Okay, but in this, the opposite parties, that is the employees. Okay, the company's employees may see it different. So what will happen? Friction will happen. Okay, miscommunication will happen, and whatever the new manager says, no, that may be misinterpreted, no, to the other team members. Okay, and what happens, the work culture, no, the work environment, no, sometimes it will become no like little dull, and senior employees may not be no like working with a commitment and no like desire just like before. And what will happen, what will be the result of this? So tasks are not completed on time, and many miscommunication happening, like within the team or within the group or within the the department. And so finally, like obviously it may lead to like what do you say, I mean, things are not accomplished as planned. Okay, so this is the event, this is the effect. Actually, the cause is something and the effect is something, or it may like trigger up a positive environment as well. Okay, so what happens now? Now your organization has given you the responsibility. Say you're a HR manager, okay, or you're like the operations manager or whatsoever. Okay, so it has given you the responsibility to find out what has actually happened. Okay, and why the employees now they are not performing as before, and what made them um, to like lower themselves in terms of like showing the commitment, or like doing the task regularly, completing the task, and achieving the target. So what has happened from their side? So what will you do if you like if you are going properly like you are following the research process? You will start from the scratch. Okay, so you will find the root cause of the problem, root cause of the effect, how it all started, and you will try to find the solution. But especially like in traditional organizations, what happens is we believe, we just like stand in a position where we are not ready to explore. We are not ready to explore the truth. We are not ready to explore uh, into the event which has like triggered this type of outcome. So what will be the like the what you will be reporting? Okay, after you have done all the study and everything. So to your management, what you will be reporting is, okay, so the new hire, no, like the new manager, the female manager, no, like showing some attitude, her work culture is different, and not respecting the other employees, experienced employees. Their feedback or their suggestions are not heard because she is a Gen Z worker and these people are millennials. So all these things, no, it will happen. But if you actually see the inner point, no, the actual thing, no, which triggered this outcome, no, that's different, right? So this is how, no, things happen. So that's why you have to know always go for a complete research. A proper research has to be done before you come to a conclusion. And this conclusion either, no, it could be, sometimes it could be accepted, sometimes it could not be accepted, and sometimes it would be an like an open question in the sense like even after you have completed your research, others can also continue the research. Okay, so such kind of situations may also happen. Okay, so let's get into the direct subject. So research methodology. Anyone is like doing your like a research, or like conducting any research in terms of like academics, any PhDs, anyone? Yeah. Or you have to do a research and submit a project as part of your this study, whatever no like course you have taken. Is research a part of your study? Is this one of your module? Anyone? No. Okay, fine. Yeah, we have got some. Okay, fine. Okay, so let's start. So, what is the research methodology? It's a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to answer research questions. What is interpretation? That is a communication. Why communication? The word communication is not mentioned in this line. Why the word interpretation is used? So it means communicating in a language in a way the other people understand. That's why no, it's mentioned as interpreting. Interpreting is little different from communicating. Okay, so interpreting is sometimes you have to know like translate few things, no, to make the opposite party understand what you're actually coming to say. So research methodology, it refers to systematic and a scientific approach used to gather and analyze data. So there is a scientific approach, okay? And it provides a framework for conducting research and ensuring that the findings are valid and reliable. So why it is so important? So to make the research successful, you have to know like follow the scientific pattern of like working out things. So a well-designed research methodology, it ensures the study is systematic, unbiased, and produces reliable results. Why unbiased? Take the same scenario. So if you want to question, no, why no, like things are not happening just like before. So you cannot ask only the experience, that is the elder employees, no, in the organization, the senior employees. You cannot question them alone. You cannot conduct research on them alone. You have to know, like, conduct the research, no, on each and every level. So if there are no, like, say, 50 to 60 team members, okay, and for all the 50 to 60 team members, that new person, no, the female boss, she is the only person, no, to whom these people have to report. We have to conduct the research on all those 50, 60 people, not only on those people, no, who are not no, performing like before. You have to know, conduct the research on people who are performing just like before, or who are performing better than before. So to all the parties, no, in an unbiased way, it has to be done. So it guides the entire research process from identifying the research question to analyzing the data. So scope, research can be done anywhere. As mentioned, you can do as an academic research as a part of your like academics, and you can like do a research on projects. Say you have like your organization has started a project. It was successfully like accomplished, and the results were positive. On the other hand, it may not have been no like successfully completed. The whole project may be a failure. So why the project was no like successful? You can do a research on that, and why the project has failed. You can do a research on that. Okay, or the project has occurred, everything done, everything accomplished, done on time. So what was the effect? Neither positive nor negative. It went on no like as it has been planned. Okay, so what you're going to know like trying to say out of this. So that has to be like the final conclusion has to be at the end of the project research. So it's an endeavor to discover new or collate old facts by the scientific study of a subject or by a course of critical investigation. So this is a systematic, rigorous investigation. Rigorous, why it is rigorous? Not even a single data should be missed. Okay. If there are 60 employees in the group or in the project team, and all the 60 employees has to be, like, like made as a sample while, like conducting the research. So rigorous investigation of a situation or problem and is carried out in order to generate new knowledge or validate the existing knowledge. To prove the existing knowledge, you can do it. Many like this physics experiments and chemical experiments, like it is done to like prove that whatever it has been validated, yeah, that's like the same. Some experiment has been done before and they have not come out with the result, and to validate the result we are now proving by doing a complete research. So even for validation of an event or of a result, you can do the research. So what are the types of research methodologies? So research objectives, data collection methods, and analysis techniques. Okay, so you can know like see the message, how it is done. These are the steps in a research process. First is define the problem. What is the problem or what is the event? If not problem, it could be an event, right? Something has occurred. Okay, so what is it? If it is a communication, or if it is a like whatever it is, like, or if it is a effort which has been put on, or it could be some process, it could be anything. So define the problem or define the event. The second step is review the literature. That is no already a few things might have been conducted on that event. Few communication would have been like done on that event, or few findings have would have been like would be the outcome of the event. So review the literature. The third one is select a research design. Select what design you're going to adopt for your research, and then formulate a hypothesis. And this is not the final point. You're just coming up with the hypothesis. Now, after finding the hypothesis, after formulating the hypothesis, then more research has to be done. Then carry on with the research rigorously this time. And finally, interpret your results. Whatever you have found out, unbiased way, you have to know like interpret. Interpret is communicating the results of the research in a way that the other party, the other people who are interested in that research, they understand. And like report the research findings and repeat if required. You don't have to like repeat if the solution is like perfect, and the root cause was very well analyzed, and the solution is understood by everyone in the team. Then you don't have to repeat the research. Clear? Okay, so first let's go with the type of the results. First is qualitative research. So qualitative research doesn't require any data. Okay, it's just exploratory. You're just not going to ask everyone what has happened. So how can you collect the feedback? Through interviews, you can collect the feedback, or you can focus on particular groups. You can divide the whole team, the 60 group team. No, you can divide the whole team into like say on basis of maybe age, or on the basis of experience, or on the basis of gender, whatever it is. No, you divide the whole group and focus on groups. Okay, different groups. You ask the questions, and there would be different outcomes. Then go with observations, like if not, if they that the people, I mean, if the samples, that is the 50, 60 members of the group, no, they are called as samples. So if the samples, no, if they don't have enough time, or you may feel that no, disturbing them would cause no, like more tension. So what you can do is just don't disturb them, but observe no, what is happening no in the group after this new manager has no, like taken the position. So what is happening, how are they communicating, how are they no, like interpreting with each other, how are things being no, uh, you know, um, uh, what decisions no, the manager is taking. Is she discriminative, or is she no, like unbiased? And how her decisions and how her no, the communication is no, like taken by the other people in the group. How about no, like different genders? How female employees are taking that up? How male employees are taking that up? And or how no, like youngsters in the group are no, like taking that up, and how they experience no, the seniors are taking that up. So completely no, observe no, for some period of time what is happening. Then you can no, come with the conclusion, or no, like go for some case studies. Okay, the same situation might have happened in other organizations as well, or the seniors in the organization, they would have experienced the same scenario when they have worked in no, like other organizations. So go for some case studies no, analyze the data, and then finally come with a conclusion. So then is quantitative research. So even if it is for academic purpose, you can go with the same. So if it is an academic purpose, no, you are going to know, like deal with someone uh, who is no, maybe a complete outsider. Okay. If it is a within organization, you know people because you're one among them, you're part of them. But if it is no, like going to be for academic research, then you have to deal with no, people uh, who are outsiders, no, but you can no, follow the same qualitative research techniques, no. You can no, like give a survey form, you ask them to fill up, or give them the ask them to give the feedback. You can interview people, select the sample size. Okay, so how many people you want to interview, select the sample size based on no, demographic classification, or psychographic classification, or behavioral classification, or geographic cross classification. Then do the same thing, interviews, or no, focus on a particular group, or go for observation, and no, like refer other case studies. Then coming to quantitative research. If you're conducting a quantitative research, it means you are expecting almost accurate results. Qualitative research will not give you accurate results. It may give you approximate results, approximate outcomes. But quantitative research, it mostly leads to accurate results, almost accurate. Okay, I cannot say exact result, but almost accurate. Okay, so this needs data. If you're going to conduct quantitative research, definitely you need data. So where will you collect the data? From the past events, from the past happenings. Okay, so it is always a data driven result. Okay, data driven insight, or a data driven study if you're taking up a quantitative research. So collect all the data. uh, Say no, like you can even get information from the other employees who are not part of the team, but has been a witness of what has happened. They could be a witness, they could be other departmental people, or they could be the other project people, or sometimes it could be a top management itself. They have witnessed like what has happened. So these people could be a witness, not necessarily be the part of the group. Okay, so collect the information from them, like what happened, how in that particular situation, like what words are spoken, what has been communicated, how things were taken, and like what has actually happened. Don't jump into conclusion, but just get the data, get all the historical data of what has happened. Then go for some structured approach, and if required, you can go for some statistical analysis also. Say especially like when you take if you are like implementing Six Sigma study, in conducting a research, you need to like apply some statistical analysis. There are many regression studies there, and you have this what do you say, fishbone diagram is there. critical sampling method is there. So you can take up no like any combination of the statistical analysis, and you can no like work out on that. So what happens is, because you're no like implementing involving statistical analysis, you're going for some statistical analysis. In most cases, the results will be accurate. Then there is a mixed method also, that is combined approach. It depends on no like what kind of event no you're researching into. Uh, so we can say that if something has happened already, okay, an event has already occurred. So in that case, it is something a past has occurred. So if a past has occurred, it means you already have the data in hand, right? So whatever is happening right now, we don't have the data because we are experiencing it. But which has already happened, we have the data with us, right? We have the time, we have the date, we have the people, we have witnesses, we have technology. So there is always no, we have data, no, when the for the past happens. So since the data is available, and if you require an accurate result, go for quantitative data analysis, quantitative research. If there is no past, okay, past has not happened. I mean, an event has not happened in the past, but you're researching something about which is happening right now, okay, which is happening right now, or you speculate that will happen in the future. Say, for example, if you're going to do a research about, no, like say, okay, how the world will look like in another 50 years. Fine. So we don't have the past data, right? We don't know how the world will be in another 50 years. So what will you do? We don't have the past data. And we can't, since the sample size is big, because we are speaking about the world, no, like there are different seasons, different culture, different people, different countries, different languages. So the sample size is no like huge, no like bigger, huge. So in that case, no, you cannot take quantitative analysis, no, to conduct the research. You have to go for only qualitative data. So instant interviews, asking the no like people from different cultures or different settings, no. So asking them the idea about no like how the world will look. So obviously, no like they will give you some insight. The results may not be accurate. They cannot give you the accurate prediction of how the world is going to look like after 50 years, but you will get an overall idea. So you can just know, like come with a hypothesis only. You can know, you cannot say, no, this is no, this is how the world is going to be. You can just come with an hypothesis. Okay, this may happen. This is how the world may, in another maybe looking like, or no, maybe like existing in another 50 years. So in that case, no, go for qualitative data and the combined approach. And again, it depends on the study, what you're taking, what you're going to research about. Clear? Yeah. So classifications of research methodology. So there is no like different classifications, you know, there is different types of no like research being conducted. Applied research, which all no like definitely requires no like quantitative data. Then you have exploratory research, descriptive research, action research, policy oriented research, correlational research, explanatory research, longitudinal research, fundamental and basic research method. So we will see this one by one. So first we are going with the basic research method. Okay. So this is very pure basic. This has already occurred. We are now like speaking about an event, no, like an event which has already occurred. So this research is driven by the scientist's curiosity or interest in a scientific question. Here, the scientist means it's not definitely, it is not actually mentioning, no, like a scholar which who has completed as a no like study in no like science, like basis. No. Uh, so if I am no like trying to find some scientific outcomes, no outcome, and I'm applying some scientific rules or technology or some factors, I'm also a scientist. Okay, so not necessarily no like I have to be a science scholar. Clear? Academically in the sense. So we can know like maybe we can say it as an researcher's curiosity. Okay, it is driven by a researcher's curiosity or interest in a basic scientific question. So how the world begin, how the universe begin, what are protons, neutrons, electrons, or what is air, how did we know like come to this world, do we belong to this world, or have we know like come from know like different planet, when asteroids know like when it crashed earth, and some minerals from asteroids no it fell into the earth, and that's how no like life was formed. So these kind of no like basic research, why this has happened, why this event has happened. So this is a basic research. Okay, fine. Same applies with no like in a professional setting also. You can do a research about no like how this organization was established, what induced no what factors induced no for this organization no to be established. Okay, for example, there is basic research conducted, many like many researchers no like they have conducted research on Amul. No Amul, the brand Amul, which deals with the milk products, right? Based in Gujarat. So, what induced, what factors induced a brand called Amul, for its establishment? Okay, and why especially in Gujarat? Why not in no like some other part of India? Why especially in Gujarat? So, what happened? So, these are the basic research. Okay, and then is the applied research. So this definitely includes scientific study and research. That is, you have to use some data here and research that solve practical problems. So you're applying something to solve a practical problem. Okay, so it is happening right now. So this is used to find solutions to everyday problem, like curing the illness or finding the medicine for cancer, or no, like inventing a medicine for AIDS, or to treat polio, or to treat tumors, or develop innovative technologies rather than to acquire knowledge for knowledge sake. Basic research is no like conducted to acquire knowledge for knowledge sake. An event has happened, we want to know why it has happened. That's for knowledge sake, because we cannot go back and change everything. Correct? So this is not for just for no like knowledge sake we are conducting the basic research, but applied research is trying to find out the solution to the everyday problem. That is to improve agricultural crop production, or treat and cure a specific disease. Apply the same in an organizational setup. So in organization there is a problem happening almost on every day. Say for example, absenteeism. Okay, so every single day, at least no like 2 to 3 employees or no like absent. Okay, if not the same employee, at least different employees, no, they are absent, no, almost every day, no, like any 2 3 employees are being absent. So not a single day was there a moment that no all the employees were present in the organization. So you are there to find out, no, like go with applied research. So you are going to know like this is a problem for the organization, mean, right? Because if 2 3 employees are absent, no, like that the results, no, the expected results, no, would not be happening, right, for the organization. So this is a everyday problem for them. For HR, no, it is an everyday problem. And for project manager or for the like the team leader, no, it's a everyday problem. So to control the absenteeism, okay, so to find a solution to this problem, you can conduct an applied research. Clear? Then is correlational research. So it refers to the systematic investigation or statistical study of relationships among two or more variables. Here, um, two events have occurred. Okay, two or more events have occurred. Now you are going to find the relationship between these two events. So that's why correlational research is conducted. So, without necessarily determining the cause and effect. For example, listening to music lowers blood pressure levels. So, there are two events. You're listening to music, that is one event, and on the other hand, blood pressure is lowering, that is another event, right? So, there are two ways to conduct the research: experimental, that is group the samples and make one group listen to music and then compare the BP levels. Or by survey method, ask people how they feel, how often they listen, and then no ask them no like what was the result. Okay, so before listening to music, what was their BP level, and after listening to music, no what is their BP level? How do they feel? Do they feel happy, sad? So, by survey also you can do. Now, again, apply the same to the organization. So, two events has happened in the organization, and you're now like trying to find out the, the relationship between the two events. So, we have discussed this scenario in the beginning, right? A female boss, no, a female manager is taking up the position, and here the on the other hand, the experienced employees, senior employees, they are not showing commitment as before, they are not performing as before, they are not completing the task like before. So there are two events here. On one hand, the manager, the female manager taking up the position, and on the other hand, the senior employees are not performing. So trying to find out the relationship between these two events. So correlational research. Descriptive research, so it aims to accurately portray the characteristics of a population or phenomena. So you're going to just do a study on the organizational culture or the work culture, or say organizational behavior. Okay, you're not there to find any result, you're not there to come into any conclusion. All you're doing is reading the people's mind. Okay, uh, analyzing their behavior. You're just analyzing their behavior when they are in the organizational setup. So this is the descriptive research. So how you can go with the collection, data collection? Again, go for surveys, interviews, or no, like you can directly observe, or you can no, like get the data from no, like any other specific variables. So the presence, what would be the final results? The presence and objective and factual representation of the subject matter without drawing any conclusions or explaining relationships. So here what we are now like coming with the end of the study, since they are senior employees, and since they are already experienced, and since they know how the process goes, and since they have already know like um, proved themselves in the organization by successfully conducting the projects, by successfully completing the task. So, no, like this is how they behave. Okay. So, you're not coming with any conclusion. You're just, no, like stating this is how, no, it happens. This is how, no, it has happened. So, that is descriptive research. Then is ethnographic research. It refers to the investigation of a culture. Ethnography means no, it's a ethnicity, no, like that's a culture through in in-depth study of the members in the culture. So it involves a systematic collection, description, and analysis of data for development of theories of cultural behavior. Now, what is the reason for this employee behavior? Because it is a conventional organization, a traditional organization which follows a strict hierarchy. Since there is a strict hierarchy to be followed, even though an employee is experienced, even though an employee is a senior most person, but still this person has to report to a young boss, which is no like again a female boss, and which is much younger than this employee. So since no like this is the culture of the organization, the reporting culture, then no, that's why no, it has triggered this effect. So this is no like the ethnographic research. So it studies people, ethnic groups, and their ethnic formations, their ethnogenesis, composition, resettlement, social welfare characteristics, as well as their material and spiritual culture. So, what is the purpose of now conducting this research? Is to attempt to understand what is happening naturally in the setting and to interpret the data gathered to see what implications could be formed from the data. Then is experimental research. So how it could be no like done? You have to do the experiment. Okay. Give the solution. You have no like give two, three solutions to the team. Ask them to follow the first solution, solution A. Ask them to follow, see the result because no, an experiment you are conducting. And if the results are positive, take up the solution A, make it standardized and let everyone follow. So if solution A fails, Then you experiment with solution B. Ask the team to take up the solution B, ask them to go with that and analyze the results, find the results, monitor how they are doing. And if solution B is working out, let them follow it, make the solution B standardized one so that no conflict comes hereafter. So by experimenting, by like through practical methods, you're conducting the research and finding out the results. Next is exploratory research. You're like exploring, what has happened. Okay. So your aim is to just give the results to the higher management. Okay. So the final decision, let them take. You're not giving any conclusion to them. You're just conducting an exploration and you're giving them the insights about what you have found out from your part. But conclusion, decision, let them take. Okay, so exploratory research. Exploratory research is conducted when there is a little prior knowledge about a subject. It aims to gather information and develop preliminary insights. Now, what will you explore here in this scenario? What we can explore? We can explore about what is the new boss actual, the work culture is, or like the work performances. Um, how was she in her previous organization? Okay, so was she very strict over there? And by being very strict, did she accomplish something in her previous organization? And you can even explore about what do you say? Uh, her we can say how many projects she was involved in, and out of that how many projects have been successful ones, or how many failure projects she has led to. So this kind of exploration you can do actually, correct? So you come to a hypothesis out of it. Say, for example, you have found out that in her previous organization, she is strict. She is exceptionally professional. She don't give any. She doesn't show any favoritism, or she doesn't show any discrimination in terms of gender, or in terms of age, or in terms of experience. She doesn't show anything. She treats everyone in her team like one and the same, whether male or female, or aged or young or experienced or fresher. She treats everyone in the same. And the same way she has been in her previous organization, and the results were successful. So in that case, you just give the top management about her previous work culture. How is she? Okay, so that thing. So you come to a hypothesis and you're giving it to your top management. So in this case also qualitative data collection could be done. You can inquire in her previous organization, her ex boss, her ex colleagues, her ex team members. You can check into. Clear? Okay, here you can mention about the cause and effect as well, and statistical analysis if required. Not necessarily, but if required, you can give, especially when it comes to explanatory research, because here you have to explain to the management with a solid proof. In previous one, you're doing only the exploratory, only exploration you're doing. You're not coming to any conclusion. You're not giving any solution. You have just informed your higher authorities that what you have explored. That's it. But here in explanatory, you have to explain why it has happened with a solid proof. Okay, so if you're requiring a solid proof, obviously you have to conduct a quantitative analysis which requires data. So go for statistical analysis, go for hypothesis testing. So before informing your higher authorities, you just do a testing by practically applying the solution, not in a big scale, but in a smaller scale. Give an intermediate solution, check out the results. If that is found successful, inform the management and they can work out on the bigger level solution. Clear? Correct? And but if the smaller level solution, an intermediate solution, doesn't work out, same you have to know interpret your top management and they will take care of. So what has to be done thereafter. And no like real world application should be there, because you shouldn't stop by no like just formulating the hypothesis. You have to apply it. Real world application is necessary. Find out an intermediate solution and try to apply it in the group and find out the results, monitor the know like how it is going, and interpret those results to the higher management. Clear? Till now clear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We have no like one more, yes, a few more to be discussed. I think we have no like enough time. Shall I go with that, or you want to know like discuss more about the topics which we have discussed as of now? We have no like 5 more minutes. Yeah. Yeah, please say like so that no, I can start, or I can stop here and we can no like discuss about what we have no seen as of now, the topics we have seen. Mm. Okay. The next PPT is no like little elaborate. What I will do is I'll take at least no like few at least 3 to 4 slides. No, I think that will do. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to share the new PPT. Uh, Here it is. Okay, fine. Yeah, yeah, visible? Yes.
Yes, visible.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So we have seen what is the research, types of research. Yeah. Next is how to formulate a research question. Okay. Yes. So first thing is formulating a question. How to start with. So for every research, you have lot of questions to be asked. Either you can ask yourself or you need to ask the samples in the sense whom you are involving in your research study. Okay. You have to ask the samples, or you have to sometimes question the directly the event, no, which has, directly to other factors other than the samples. Few other factors would have triggered that event. For example, it could be nature, or it could be the work culture, or it could be the work environment, or it could be the other factors such as no the setting, the resources. So these are no like non-living factors, right? So what has triggered that event? Clear? And so these questions has to be asked. So you have to clearly formulate the questions, because when conducting the research, time is very 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 vital, very very important. So few researchers know like it doesn't have an end date. Okay. The research may like go on for a very long time, and we may not have any idea about like when it is going to complete, or when the results will be like published. uh, but few no the researchers no, especially in an organizational setup. So if a research is being conducted, time is very very important. So there will be a timeline, there will be a time frame within which the results has to be published. Whatever has been found out, that has to be published. So you have to be very specific in formulating your questions. You cannot just go with no like asking silly questions no to those samples, or you cannot just go like no asking generalized questions to those samples. So specific questions, um, what do you say? Professionally articulated questions no you have to ask. So first priority is formulate the question, what you have to ask to the sample. Then figure out how you are going to answer it. That is, you or the other person, how you are going to answer it. And then, no, finally present your answer. So, something you want to know about your discipline or specific area within your discipline. Discipline in the sense, area of study. Okay, something you want to know about your area of study or about a specific area of a study. It is not a topic, not a fragment, not a phrase or sentence. It always ends with the question mark. The question should be always with the question mark. Okay, it is not a topic to be discussed or a fragment to be discussed or a phrase to be said. Clear? And the question should be very clear and it should be precisely stated. No extra words should be should be there, which unnecessarily occupies time and space. So precise questions should be asked. It shouldn't be too broad at the same time. It shouldn't be too narrow or too short. And you can ask open-ended questions like the opponent can give you whatever answer, no, like it comes to their mind, or it could be a close-ended questions like yes or no questions. You ask a question, they have to reply as yes or no. That's it. Okay, so it could be an open-ended or closed-ended. If it is an open-ended question, they will give their own way of no like reply. Okay, so that is also welcome, no, in a research. So it cannot be answered in a sentence or a phrase. That is the closed end questions. So examples of research questions, no, like these are no few examples. This we can skip. You don't have to know like uh, this thing. This PPT I know like created for the this what do you say media visual media people. Okay, fine. This we can skip. Hmm. Okay, fine. Research question. So we are now like qualities of a research question we are discussing right now. It should be clear. It should be focused on the problem. Okay, focused on the event, and it should be concise. It should be complex. Uh, Definitely, I mean, necessarily not complex. It could be little simple as well, but it depends on no, like what has happened. It can be arguable in the sense based on the question. Uh, Arguments are fine, or no, like debates are fine. So such kind of questions should be formulated. So you should ask a question about an issue that you're generally genuinely curious about. So clear questions, ask very much clear questions, don't ask unclear questions. And example of no like focused questions, how it has to be asked. And don't go for too much complex questions, no, sometimes the question itself may not be understood by the opposite party, so make it no like as simple as possible. And literature review, uh, literature review in the sense if you want to compare no the same kind of event no which has happened, which has occurred in other industries or other organizations, or in the same organization long back, you can always go for a literature review. And okay, why we have to go for literature review? So it determines if proposed research is actually needed, and it can narrow down to a problem. Because no, before you it could be no like sample size could be more, and the no like the feedback could be more. So if you want to narrow those feedback to no like to the problem what you're researching on, literature review definitely helps you, and generate a hypothesis or questions for further studies. So, purpose of literature review, it will give you a background knowledge of facts, eminent scholars, their suggestions, their ideas, their findings. You can always know take into consideration and the parameters of the field and the most important ideas, theories, questions, and hypotheses. It can help you with. So, knowledge of the methodology is common to the field and a feeling for the usefulness and appropriated various settings. So literature review na go for no like locate different types of resources and decide which resource might be suitable for that, and select the most appropriate resource, because resource could be no like extensively available. If you're taking up all the resources, you will be confused. It will no like land you in no like some other thing. You will not get the appropriate no like solution or the findings. So select only the most appropriate resources required for your study to study about that particular event, and revise the research questions if at all it is necessary. Clear? So once everything is done, save the information Note down all your findings. Once you have started, always no go in a chronological order, date wise or time wise. Mention what you have done, whom you have contacted, what was their feedback, what you have noted it down, and no whatever resources was no like, used for no conducting the research. So keep a complete record of the literature or the findings you collect, and no like go you can go with the analysis thereafter. Okay, there is still more, but we will know look into it in our another session. So any doubts? This is very simple, no? Like I mean, not much to uh, you know um confused about. Very simple. But still, if you have any doubts, yeah, you can ask. I'll be here for another say 1 or 2 minutes.